Now I'd like to invite Duchess to come forward and give the eulogy, which has been written in conjunction with Desiree.
Celebrating the life of Olive Constance Richardson, affectionately known as Tantee. Today we gather with hearts filled with both sorrow and gratitude as we celebrate the life of our beloved Olive Constance Richardson, affectionately known to all of us as Tantee. Though we mourn her passing, we also give thanks to Almighty God for the blessing of her long and meaningful life. Tantee was born on May 15, 1928, in North Hill, Anguilla, to Robert Hodge, affectionately known as Bob, and Ethel Richardson, affectionately known as Terry. Growing up in North Hill, Tantee learned from an early age the importance of hard work, honesty, and perseverance. These values became the foundation of her life and were reflected in everything she did. On January 23, 1962, Tantee and Lawrence Richardson were united in marriage. Together, they shared a life rooted in love, faith, and sacrifice. Along with the two children Tantee already had, Amaret Hodge and Jeremy Van Hennigan, they lovingly raised their family. Tantee embraced family life with unwavering devotion and dedicated herself to loving, supporting, and caring for her husband, her children, and her home. Those left to cherish her memory are her children, Amaret Hodge, Jeremy Van Hennigan, Winston, James, Rosalind, and Claude Richardson. She was preceded in death by her beloved husband, Lawrence Richardson, and children, Philip, Roland, and Cynthia Richardson. Throughout the joys and sorrows of life, Tantee remained a pillar of strength, love, and resilience. Her love for her family was constant, and they remained a source of pride and joy throughout her life. After sharing many years of marriage with Lawrence, Tantee continued forward with strength and faith following his passing, carrying the love and memories of their life together with her. Her legacy lives on through her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, who will carry forward the love, wisdom, and values she so generously shared. Her faithful attendance at St. Mary's Anglican Church in Anguilla expressed her resolve that faith in God must be a priority in her life. Her trust in God brought her comfort and strength, and she demonstrated her faith through the way she treated others with kindness, humility, patience, and love. Tantee understood the dignity of honest work. In her younger years, she worked as a housekeeper in both St. Martin and Anguilla. Following her marriage, she devoted herself to being a homemaker, caring for her husband, children, and household with unwavering dedication. As life brought new responsibilities, Tantee once again entered the workforce, a true testament to her resilience and strong work ethic. She worked as a dishwasher at the Kokolova Hotel for several years, helping to provide for her family. Whether she was working outside the home or caring for those within it, she approached every responsibility with determination and excellence. She believed that if something was worth doing, it was worth doing well, and she took immense pride in everything she put her hands to. She was also deeply connected to the land, Farming was an important part of providing for her family, and she worked diligently in tending her crops and caring for her sheep and goats. She grew peas, corn, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, and other vegetables, using the fruits of her labor to help support and provide for her household. Through farming, she demonstrated patience, dedication, and responsibility, understanding the importance of nurturing and caring for what had been entrusted to her. The same care and commitment she gave to the land were reflected in the way she cared for her family. The kitchen was another place where Tantee's love was on full display. She was an exceptional cook and baker whose meals brought the family together. She prepared delicious meals for her family and was known for making bread, pudding, cakes, conky dumplings, and other baked treats that were enjoyed and appreciated by those around her. She believed food should be prepared with care and pride. For Tantee, cooking and baking were not just about preparing food. They were expressions of love and care for the people she cherished. Tantee believed in raising children with love, but she also believed in discipline. She understood that correction was an act of care, preparing young people for life. She certainly did not spare the rod when correction was needed, but every lesson she taught came from a place of love and a desire to see the family become responsible, respectful adults. Many of us can still hear her familiar sayings, words of wisdom that have stayed with us long after they were spoken. She would often remind us, the ship don't be governed by the rudder, the rock's gone pick it up, teaching us that without guidance and direction, life can easily lead us into trouble. She would say, who can hear does feel. I remember that ignoring wise counsel often brings painful consequences. She also warned us that a fool and his money soon depart, encouraging us to be wise stewards of what we had. Some of us can still recall that when Tantee sent us on an errand, she would sometimes jokingly say, I'm going to spit on this rock. Don't leave it dry before you reach back here. It was her unique way of saying, don't keep me waiting. These sayings became part of our family's language, and today they continue to bring smiles as we remember the wisdom and humor behind them. One of Tantee's greatest qualities was the pride she took in herself. She carried herself with dignity and grace. She believed that how you presented yourself reflected your respect for yourself. When a camera appeared, her initial reaction was often painful frown. But once she learned that the picture was for Desmond, Mary, or another loved one, her expression would quickly change to a smile. She would strike a pose and remind us, make sure only them get it. Those moments captured Tantee's personality, firm, funny, and full of love. Tantee was a nurturer who had a gentle spirit, a generous heart, and a genuine love for others. She shared what she had freely and found joy in bringing comfort and happiness to those around her. Her compassion extended beyond her immediate family. She shared a close and special bond with her late sister-in-law, Clara Gums, affectionately known as Nisi. Tantee and Nisi shared many fond memories together, including working to provide for their families, attending funerals of people they knew throughout Anguilla, and visiting the sick in the hospital, offering comfort and support during difficult times. Their families also share a close relationship that reflects the love and connection Tantee and Lucy shared. She was caring, loving, and compassionate. People naturally gravitated towards her because they knew they would find acceptance, encouragement, and kindness. She was truly a virtuous woman and an outstanding role model whose life reflected integrity, humility, and selflessness. In 2004, Tantee migrated to the United Kingdom to join her daughter Roslyn, where she made her home for the remainder of her life. Roslyn lovingly cared for her with unwavering devotion, ensuring that Tantee was always surrounded by comfort, dignity, and love of family. She was also blessed by the love and support of her other children, relatives, and loved ones, whose visits, prayers, and presence brought her great comfort. After migrating to United Kingdom, Tantee continued to nurture her faith at St. Michael's and All Angels Whitby Road, where she was a faithful and regular worshipper every Sunday. Following the merger of St. Michael's and All Angels Whitby Road with St. John the Baptist Manor Park, she continued to worship there faithfully. She developed a close bond with Reverend Susan Johnson and her husband Mark Johnson when Susan's pastoral role began 4 years ago. In Tantee's later years, when she became unwell and was unable to attend church, she looked forward to Reverend Susan's visits, during which she received Holy Communion and enjoyed her time of fellowship together. She also developed a close relationship with members of the church and would often inquire about those who were absent from the service, showing her genuine care and concern for others. Tantee lived a life marked by faith, resilience, compassion, and unwavering devotion to her family. She departed this life peacefully in the United Kingdom on May 9, 2026, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to inspire generations. Today, we celebrate far more than the years Tantee lived. We celebrate the countless lives she shaped. We celebrate a woman whose faith never wavered, whose hands never grew tired of working, whose heart never stopped loving, and whose home was always a place of warmth and welcome. Her greatest legacy is not found in anything she owned, but in the family she raised, the values she instilled, and the love she so generously gave. Although she is no longer with us in body, her influence remains. It lives on every time we gather as a family, and every time we hear one of her familiar sayings echoed in conversation, and every time we choose kindness, hard work, faith, and love, because those are the lessons she taught us. As we bid farewell to our beloved Tantee, we do so with grateful hearts. We thank God for the privilege of having known her, loved her, and been loved by her. May we honor her memory by living lives worthy of the example she has set before us. May her departed soul rest in peace and rise in glory.